G'day everyone. Well, the time has finally arrived where we get to roll for Caren. Well, and if you'll recall, our Kagekyo rolls went well, but at the same time didn't. So I have nowhere near the amount of rolls I would like to have for her. But here's hoping we can get some good luck. I'd really love to have similar luck like I did with Roma. But here's hoping. So let's give her a go, shall we? So, also, this is Valentine's event, so one thing you'll notice is that you can only roll female servants. Just like on the White Day events, the boys collection, you can only roll the blokes. I'm actually Enkidu counts. Enkidu will be available during the March one. Clay counts as a bloke in that regard. Best craft essence. That's a really cute craft essence. Definitely we could roll a moderately cute Cupid a couple of times here. We'll be ready to roll. Did we just get that twice in a row? It's interesting. I believe that was an in roll. So not the most auspicious of starts, but we'll see how we go here. Do not recall what that does. I don't think any of the gacha sees in this event are particularly spectacular. 2 5-star craft essences back to back. Shame that wasn't a black grail. Would have been lovely. Mr. Spook. Odika again. I'm actually unsure if I don't think story lock servants would be available on this panel. Unless it's the 5 stars that are actually rated up, of course. Like Mav. Melvin, Cedenai, and actually not certain. Actually not certain anymore. Female story lock. Alright, Quetzalcoatl. She's story locked, sadly. I want to say that's it. Oh, finally an Asuka. I think we still need quite a few coins for her. Probably. Atlas Institutes. So that wasn't an enroll. We had plenty of gold CEs. At the least. Lots of assassins. No Serenity yet, though, interestingly enough. Just about expended all our tickets, so we'll be on to multis. Take those, 30 more coins. Will occur again. Interesting, no Medusa yet, despite all the... We're actually getting quite a bit of cavalry class servants in these roles. Reasonably enough. There's Serenity. It's probably actually level her eventually. Oh, here's our first gold. Come on. Please, please. Who's it going to be? Well, it's a ruler. Is it Astraea or is it... yeah. That's... a fist Astraea on quick account.
召喚に応じてまいりました。天秤の裁き、星そこま
I believe I have her on all of my accounts now. She seems she seems to be the new Suzuka when it comes to spooking me. It's pretty funny. Okay, game. Medusa just doesn't exist anymore. Let's do the bonus roll and then we'll switch to multis. I suppose it really matters though because we're rolling until we go dry here. Another Uriel. I believe she's the only... yeah, she's the only archer that we can roll that's silver. Because the others are blokes. See, it's Robin, Billy, and Reisman. I believe that's it. It's possible I'm forgetting someone. But I think that's it. swear I've been seeing a lot of aircraft distance lately. On the day, finally they would give you a real buff. She needs. They need to do it like they did Vlad, and give her a second MP buff. Actually, does she even? Yeah, I think she does. I've mentioned this before, but her issue is she's a single target caster, but since she's a day 1 servant, they botched her MP damage just terribly, to where she does the equivalent damage of an AoE MP despite being single target. There's Medusa, which is kind of not good. And I don't know if you've noticed, but an actual damage dealing single target caster is something that 1 to 3 stars is in dire need of. Because right now, your best 1 to 3 star servant that deals with assassins would be a berserker. It would be like Luber. What's the issue with that? Assassins have really high crit rate, so that berserker is probably not going to stick around very long. But they can either come out with a new servant, which they need to be coming out with more low rarity servants as is. They've really been slacking the past while on that. Or they can solve that issue by buffing Medea, which they really should do. I mean, they fixed Vlad, they should fix her. It's a bit, and she's a real popular character as well. So it's really silly that they haven't. But this is the same company that have yet to give Jean or Jolter animation updates, despite the immense amount of money that they make for them. So who bloody knows anymore what they're thinking. The dream here would be to luck out and get 2 copies, and then that set us up well for rolling for more next year. But honestly, I'll count my lucky stars if I can just get a copy of it, just for a head start at this point. Oh, that one again. That's what I see. It's interesting they buffed her. I think. So she's got an MP upgrade and she has at least 1 skill upgrade. I want to say she has 2 though. Oh, who's this? Nursery Rhyme. That's another one that keeps popping up quite often. Not as much as Estraya and Suzuka and them. It was sorrowful. Maybe that's not my first copy of Nursery Rhyme on this account. I have vague memories of getting it before I actually didn't think of it. So that fits. There's C that they removed fairly recently on JP. Unlike the Kirei C though, they at least replaced it with something that does the same thing but is just better, essentially, more or less. Whereas with that one they replaced with something really silly. That's our third copy of that. I suppose I could check and see what it does here if I remember. We're certainly not heading for Boudica coins all of a sudden. That's the first Ushi we've gotten. Huh. To be fair, it's fair because we rolled for Gogekyo and Ushi was the raid up on there, so. More Asuka. I was about to say that's good, but I really keep forgetting we're on the quick account, not the arts. Okay, so what does this even do? Yeah, 2 hits of Inbomb, Buster out, mixed stats. It's not spectacular, unfortunately. Especially when you already have the Caren CE and or the Basking Under the Sunrise, or Under the Sunrise, whichever it's called. One gives 3 hits of Invuln and the other gives 3 hits of Evade. They're very useful. I recommend holding on to a couple of copies of them, just in case. They can be handy to keep a support alive for longer fights, or a taunt, make a taunt like George last longer, or something like that. Another Ushi. So we probably have enough coins to 120 if we want it. At this point, because I don't think I grabbed the 3rd passive. The 3rd passive is Lancer. What is it with the Boudica? It's the other banner where she's rated up, isn't it? Ooh. I wonder what number copy that is of that. I'm going to say 3rd. Probably. That's 4th, I think. I think that was the last round. Yeah. Oh, we're certainly getting into it now. He's hoping there's a Caren on the horizon. Shame there aren't more 3-star quick sevens that are female besides Ushi. Otherwise, we could be getting coins for someone useful for us. And as mentioned before, Ushi's done. Well, Medusa as well. Pretty sure I have a second passive, so yeah, we'll get an extra attack next. I cannot remember what her third passive is, actually. Let's actually check. Okay, I do have both of the passives. Anti-saver. Guess that makes sense. Sort of. Oh. Alright, I'm not sure I pointed that out before, but the A-Pen skill unlocks carry over from each copy of the servant. Unlike skill levels. But like buffs. This actually reminds me I need to contemplate leveling Boudica on the Buster account to go with Rorima. For kicks and giggles. Oh yeah, cure him is the thing. This is... I haven't seen much of it at all. I recently finally Max ascended her and did her buffs on my main account. That's one I started really early on and then completely forgot about because the maths for her were really rough starting out on the account. Namely, she needed just a metric ton of dragon veins, and I had none. So the other servants that had already gobbled them up. And this was long before they added this whole, oh, you do, every story section you do gives you some bonus mats. Yeah, we didn't have that back then. There was none of that. There was no pure prisms. Well, to be fair, pure prisms is fairly recent anyway. Well, not necessarily on JP, but they haven't been added on this server all that long ago either. Okay, let's see, we got Australia and Nursery Ryan. Sorry, those are unfortunate duds. Shame no Lakshmi Bai if we were in the spook. The 4 stars. Give me those Lakshmi copies. Give them, give them. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think. As mentioned, I rambled a little earlier. I don't think story locked servants are available in these. They would normally be in class-based campaigns, but come to think of it, we've gotten pity early, and Japan server has not gotten a single class campaign since they got pity, which is something I only realized a couple days ago. I was like, wait a minute. Because I've often mentioned, oh, well, class campaign's really useful because you can snipe some extra Bedivere copies, extra Casterku copies, or Asclepius. Asclepius is really good on a free-to-play account. He just does so much that's hard to acquire on those kind of accounts. And now those are probably going to be gone because the one that's coming up was the last one that had happened on the JP server. But since we got PT early, and that, ladies and germs, is what we call a min roll, because you're guaranteed 1 4-star at worst. Oh dear. So I have my doubts that we're going to get that campaign, which is really rough because, and it's honestly, it's purely because of their spaghetti carding that they can't be bothered to try and figure out a way to make pity work on the banner like that. I feel like you may get to where, okay, you're guaranteed 1 5-star server within 900 Zane cores, and then after that, it's all luck. But apparently that's beyond them. Or do like they did the Craft Essence banner and just not have a pity. So that might be what they do. Just pity won't be available on there. So we might actually get it. Let's see, it'll be early next month when those happen. But who knows? It is strange that they haven't had one in Japan in a very long time, so clearly something's up since Pity's come out. Clearly they mucked something up to where they either can't do it or have just decided it's not very lucrative for them. Maybe people just don't roll on them very often on that server, who knows? Which is probably down to the fact that FGR is not really the best at getting new players into the game, unfortunately. Namely due to a lot of things I've went over before that they could fix, but for whatever reason haven't. 2 min rolls in a row. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, it's looking dire, I'm afraid. Forgot 2 copies. I'm starting having real doubts that we're going to get even one. I feel like we're a little behind on 4-star servants as well, come to think of it. Maybe not too badly. No, I think we're about right on average. Probably. Because just statistically, you have a 3 times better shot at getting one of those than a 5-star. So the downside to completely flaming out here is likely we'll have to skip rolling for the Zets to roll for the Caren rerun, most likely. Which is a real shame because the Zets really neat. But this is my own fault for rolling rolling the fourth copy of Kagekiyo. Well, I say that, but there's no guarantee that even with the what I rolled, because I also didn't roll too much more to get that said copy, so it probably wouldn't have made much of a difference here. Well, we've really cleaned up with Medea's here. Shame this isn't the answer count. It's funny that I have both of her useful passives, because I surely don't remember grabbing the second one. Has this been a min roll again? I believe so. Wait, we might have gotten getting the rolls mixed up now. Okay, it wasn't. Might as well have been though. Well, here we are. Last 3 Maltese. Or 2 Maltese. Lost 2 Maltese, rather. And then a handful of little one-offs. So we had just as much, because on average you will roll 1 5-star servant in like 340, right at around 340 quartz. So we were actually we were a bit above that amount, because I had like 370 something quartz and then like 29 tickets, so we were a bit over that. So if we do end up getting no copies of it, or no 5-star in general, then we've definitely had bad luck, or below average luck at the least. Oh, Siko, if only we could use you on this account. another mineral. I feel like we have gotten a fairly high amount of minerals. It's unfortunate. Where's that one again? I keep meaning to look up when that actually got added. Because I feel like it has to be recently, but for the life of me I can't remember when. Oh, this one isn't a mineral at least. Just to rub it in a little bit. Okay, what's this going to be? So we are hitting average on that. Oh, a second copy of Timer Cat. It's okay. That's not bad. Just got an upgraded MP. MP2 is the equivalent of an unupgraded MP5, scaling wise, unless you're scuffed all the heck like Medea and Vlad used to be. So yeah, Vlad. Back on that, Vlad used to be extremely terrible. Like one of the worst, if not the worst 5-stars ever. And a lot of it came down to one, his kit was a bit wonky, but also his MP did less damage than a single target MP should have. And they gave him an MP upgrade, and all that was like a hot fix to make his MP do the damage of a normal single target arts MP, scaling wise. And then more and then now they're going to give him one where he gets a proper MP upgrade. I forget if it's the MP upgrade. Ooh, that can be useful. Apparently we already had it on this account. I don't remember getting that. When did I get that? Okay, 3 more rolls. Here it is. Here's all the marbles. Come on, Caren, please. Well, here goes. Last shot. And it's a dud. Well, truly is a shame, but those are the breaks. It happens sometimes. Of course, we'll have a handful more rolls just as we do the event and get quartz and tickets from it. So, fingers crossed we can lock sack a copy before a banner goes away, but it wasn't in the cards today. Wasn't meant to be. You know, probably because I keep forgetting to check. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going to this is in the arts account, so I'm not going to actually level him. Or a copy of him. I was right. This is our second copy of her. I suppose this QP that I gathered up for Caren can go to Tomacat now. Funny thing is, since I already have her on my main, I was actually thinking about leveling Frown first, who I also have on my main, can think of. But then we got second copy, so. Let's go ahead and get rid of clear this out. Get some mana prisms. And a rare prism. I did not realize we got so many copies of those two. Clean these up as well. I swear those just sneak up on you. Tell you what, I will end stream now, and I'll do, so we don't leave it on a sour note. I will do a short guide stream where I'll go through and show you how to do these on any account, even a day one account. Day one, even a bloody minute one account, I suppose. So yeah, I'll start up a new stream here, and we'll do that in case people, in case there's anyone out there struggling with doing these the normal way. I'll show you a little, because going back to their spaghetti coding, the AI in these, despite being improved, are quite manipulable. Quite. Don't even have enough. Yeah, I have enough AP to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for here and cook up the next stream. So see you in a few minutes. Hope you enjoyed this failure, and